Galway manager Alan Mulholland is not afraid to make change, and he announces a team with 4 distinct alterations to the side that lost the Connacht final. There's a new goalkeeper in Tomás Healy, a championship debutant, while Joss Moore returns to the full back line after injury. Former Kildare footballer James Kavanagh is named in the half-forward line, while Michael Martin gets the chance to wear the number 13 jersey. The Division 4 Allianz League winners have been very impressive so far in this championship. Stephen O'Brien and George Hannigan are a strong, and Conor Sweeney and Philip Austin are top-class forwards and are genuinely expected to test the Galway defence to their limits. Kick out from Tomás Healy. Tipperary knocking every ball down in the middle of the field and waiting for the breaking ball. Stephen O'Brien goes for the point from way out the field, and that is a superb point. Stephen O'Brien from Ballina, and that is a really quality point by the big number 8. And Tipperary are in control here. Brian Fox. Last time I saw Brian Fox play football, he was at left half back. He's now centre half forward for Tipperary. Good ball over first, Barry Grogan. Cutting into the middle. Will this curl? Will it? What? Great point by Barry Grogan. He was out on the wing. Coming across to mark him was Tom Flynn. He cut inside and he floated it beautifully over the crossbar. President Michael D. Higgins here, with the chairman of the Connacht Council, Frank Burke, to his immediate right. Paul Varley. Just arriving on the late bus was George Hannigan. Chance for Varley. Paul Fitzgerald comes off his goal line. It's still there for Danny Cummins. And somehow Kieran MacDonald just got a touch. And it's gone out for 45. Cummins got the touch, came off the crossbar, and it was hanging there momentarily. And look at the corner back, Kieran MacDonald from Arlo, just doing just about enough to get it out over for 45. Here's Paul Conroy. Shane Walsh, oh, lovely control, and the finish is just as good. Brilliant point by Shane Walsh. Watch the control here. That would have looked well in Rio de Janeiro. Well done, Shane Walsh. The footwork was superb. Then comes the finish. Counter-attack is now on for Galway. Michael Martin. Floating one in. On the overlap. It's a chance here for Finton and Corrine, and that's a goal for Galway. Brilliant move by Galway. And the big Galway midfielder hit it straight at the goalkeeper, who has looked a little bit shaky in Tullamore. He possibly should have stopped this. When you look at it, the replay, he drove it in low, and Fitzgerald will be rather disappointed with himself. Colin O'Riordan. Oh, it's a poor ball. Michael Quinlivan and Peter Atchison not communicating properly. Quinlivan's poor pass means Galway have the advantage. Paul Conroy is here. Gets the ball down towards Michael Martin. Coming through the middle, there's a chance here for Tom Flynn, and it's another goal for Galway. But to be frank and honest, this was a Tipperary mess-up. They had the possession. Poor ball from Quinlivan to Peter Atchison gave Galway the advantage, and they punished the error. Michael Lundy down towards Michael Martin. Lundy's pace continues to cause problems. Good ball inside. There's a chance for Danny Cummins. A little shimmy. Oh, a cracking goal. Game, set and match to Galway. They can book their tickets for Croke Park next Sunday. The cross was perfection. Cummins didn't panic, and he hit a rocket into the roof of the net. The pass was absolutely inch perfect. Cummins' rocket, well, was unstoppable. Down to it's Michael Quinlivan. Losing possession rather easily. Quinlivan has a chance here to redeem himself. Gareth Bradshaw backfires the full forward and captain Paul Conroy, and that's another goal. Michael Lundy deserves the credit to finish it, but Michael Quinlivan again loses possession. Galway counter-attack, Conroy setting up Lundy, and again, not for the first time, the ball ends up in the back of the Tipperary net. Tipperary beginning to enjoy a period of dominance around the middle of the field. This is Philip Austin. A chance for Brian Fox. Tipperary have to get a goal here, and they've got one back. They've never been so far down in the championship journey so far. 10 points at one stage. It's now a little bit closer. James Kavanagh, Michael Lundy to his left. Lundy could go for a goal here, and it's stopped off the boot of Paul Fitzgerald. Ball is available. It's Brian Mulvell that's coming through. Colin Reardon. Brian Fox has gone inside. Good work here by Tipperary. What about the finish? Oh, it's quality. It's a brilliant goal by Brian Mulvell. And Tipperary are not giving up. 7 minutes to go in this qualifier. And it's back to 26 points to 18, or 4-14 to 2-12. Chance here for Sean Flynn. Still Tipperary go forward. Float this in, there's a touch! Oh, the goalkeeper did really well. Watch this again. Atchison, great save by Tomas Healy. That had goal written all over it. Just the fingertips. Brilliant save. Tipperary are still ploughing forward. This comes back off the post. There's a chance here for Coleman Kennedy and Sean Flynn, and Galway regain the possession, but not for long. Conor Sweeney into the middle to Halligan. Reardon goes for the corner, and he smashes it into the back of the net. My word, you have to credit this Tipperary team. It's been a nightmare occasion for them, conceding so many easy scores, but they have fought back heroically. Alan Campbell. Hugh Coughlin again. George Hannigan. There's a chance of another goal. There's a foot block, and that is going to be a penalty. Barry Cassidy read it immediately, saw it, and has given a penalty to Tipperary. Ball was sent inside to Hugh Coughlin. There was the foot block. Conor Sweeney facing Tomas Healy in O'Connor Park. Into the roof of the net. Healy had no chance. Sweeney cracks it home. And there is now 5 points between the teams. And the referee blows the full-time whistle. And if you didn't know any better, it looks like a hurling scoreline. Galway go through to the quarter-final. Tipperary falls short of a quarter-final place, and indeed.
Well, you know, it's mixed emotions really. We were, it's a game that you're immensely proud of the way our players fought back after going 12 points down or 30 in the second half. And you know, from our perspective, there's another 5 or 6 minutes in that match. I think we'd have won it.
It was part of the plan that we were going to keep them goalless. We knew they had a goal threat. They'd scored a lot of goals in their previous games, and we wanted to try and shut them out there. So look, that's very disappointing. I know the full back line are very disappointed in there, and we're going to have to work on that if we're going to show any sort of form against Kerry.
Yeah, obviously that'll be a concern going into Kerry. Here's Ger Canning.
Cork's reaction to the heavy trouncing at the hands of Kerry is to make 6 changes in personnel for this qualifier tie. Among them are debuts given to Ian Maguire in midfield and Brian O'Driscoll at wing back. He's a younger brother of the number 12 Colm, and both of them are from the Tig McCorrick's club in Caheragh. Sligo had injury worries in the build-up to this about David Kelly and Brendan Egan, but both of them are playing. However, Johnny Martin is hit with a virus and he's out, replaced by James Kilcullen, and Stephen Cohen is in for James Hines. Adrian Marin, the captain, involved in building up this second attack for them. Pat Hughes now. Down into the corner here, well gathered in by Stephen Cohen. Charlie Harrison again up there, laid off here nicely. Mark Breheny coming onto it, and that one has gone over the bar. First point of the match, credited to Mark Breheny. Well, Cork have certainly brought the bodies back, it would appear, for this match, in a change of tactics. Mark Collins is back there. Colm O'Driscoll's back there as well. Meanwhile, in their attack, it's Colm O'Neill, and O'Neill firing it in from outside the 45-metre line, and that's brilliantly done. A really confident strike by an excellent young player. And the president is here, President Higgins. That's Brian Hurley. Down along the line here as far as Hodnett. 2 West Cork men involved, and that's a lovely looking kick there. And a first ever championship point by Donal Óg Hodnett. Well, he's 22 years of age, comes from O'Donovan Rossa in Skibbereen. Fed the pass by Hurley, and a lovely kick. It reaches Ian Maguire. Back in here, Maguire once more, looking to get away the shot and succeeding in doing so, and he puts it over the bar. There wasn't a great deal in it. You could see Aidan Devaney, the Sligo goalkeeper, protesting, but that's Ian Maguire's first ever point in championship football on his debut, and he's made it 6 points to 1. Well, the opening 20 minutes has certainly belonged to the runners-up in the Munster Championship. James Kilcullen, the former Mayo player, that was half-hearted. Tom Clancy back out into the path of Paul Kerrigan. Kerrigan, who's got great pace, decides not to use it this time, but instead to make a better angle for himself and inflict further punishment on that beleaguered Sligo defence. Kerrigan with a second, Cork with a 7th, 6 between them, and only 20 minutes are gone. And Pat Flanagan has a little concerned look on his face. They're leading by 6. Maguire is excelling in midfield, and Kerrigan has been a match winner so far, constantly buzzing and putting that one beautifully over the bar on the run. Paul Kerrigan really in top form here. Out as far as Mark Collins. Beautifully in as far as Colm O'Neill. Back from injury. Past Ewing. It's O'Neill, and O'Neill fists this one. And that one has got over the bar. Good play by Colm O'Neill. Working very, very hard indeed. Aidan Walsh once again. Didn't look as sharp at all against Kerry in the Munster final, but here he is taking a position in at full forward as that's transferred as far as Colm O'Neill. Back out to the wings it comes. Kerrigan once again tormenting. Colm O'Neill wriggling around this way and that before firing it over the bar. A lovely, well-worked point. And a somewhat flamboyant finish there on the part of Colm O'Neill. Retained here by Stephen Cohen. Laid off to Brendan Egan. Looking around to see the obvious ball to give. David Kelly has been very quiet on the periphery for so much of this match. Charlie Harrison putting his boot through that, kicking it strongly and landing it over the crossbar. Good play by Charlie Harrison, his 3rd point in this year's championship, his first today, and it's only Sligo's 3rd. Shields just about holds on. Aidan Walsh looking for players to come from a deep position. It's the hard-working Fintan Gould. O'Driscoll, Kerrigan, Nicely on here once again to the other O'Driscoll, Brian O'Driscoll. Back as far as Colm O'Neill. And really he's been given far, far too much room. He's got 7 in this game. Nobody really able to mark. One of the game's very best attackers. And once again they move forward menacingly. Mark Breheny will try and get it onto the left. 45 metres out. Gives it off to a striking partner, Adrian Marin. Beautifully in and a goal. Scored by Stephen Cohen. Stephen Cohen, the goal scorer. His 4th ever championship goal coming after 51 minutes. Well, that breathes new life into Sligo's challenge. All of a sudden, there's 5 between them. Great ball in by Marin, completed by Cohen, who beats Ken O'Halloran and makes it 1-7 to Cork's 15 points. Again, even when there was a load of Cork bodies there, Sligo managed to win this kick out. They've been successful in that regard. Here's the goal scorer, Stephen Cohen, and he adds a point to his very well-taken goal after 51 minutes. Goal and a point for the 25-year-old from St. Mary's. Driving forward now, Damien Cahalane, who's also come in as a sub. 3 of the players omitted from the starting 6 who played in the Munster final. Kerrigan forward, Goulding back, Kerrigan once again. Remember, it's only a 4-point game, and Kerrigan somehow manages to contort himself into a position where his left leg was comfortably able to knock it over. Again, the kick out results in Sligo winning it and then coughing it up to Aidan Walsh. Slipped in here as far as Colm O'Driscoll. Walsh again. He missed one a little earlier, but not this time. That's a first from open play for Aidan Walsh. He kicked a point from a free as well at the beginning of the second half, and he'll ease a nerve or two among the Cork contingent here. Cahalane fisting it in here. Goulding missed by the saved by the goalkeeper and missed initially, and the follow-up has gone over the bar. Put decisively over there by Colm O'Neill for his 9th point. This was the opportunity which presented itself, and the goalkeeper did really well, Aidan Devaney, keeping his goal intact. Well, he has yet to be beaten in this year's championship. Another minute to be played after this, and then Cork will look ahead to an All-Ireland quarter-final against Sligo's neighbours Mayo. Carried on here by Damien Cahalane, and Cahalane shows pace, strength, and certainly a lot of resolution and determination to get that one over. Cork's 21st point of this match. And the final whistle sounds here at Tullamore, and Cork overcome the disappointment of losing the Munster final.